Russia will overtake Japan in terms of economy size in the near future. Let me remind you that we have already overtaken Germany and reached the 5th place in the world. Because of all this, the West's plans to destroy Russia are changing. If in 2022 the West was going to rip our economy to shreds, now they expect the Russian economy to suffer because of rapid growth. But about that right after a review of new productions for January 2024. We recommend watching to the end, that's where the best part will be. So, in the first month of 2024, 10 new enterprises and workshops were opened in Russia with investments of more than 100 million rubles. In each one, smaller enterprises were not included in the survey, and there are many of them. The vast majority of capacity has been put into machine building and metalworking. On the Don in the mines opened a full-cycle sewing factory for the production of overalls for our fighters. The volume of investments amounted to 200 million rubles, part of which was a preferential loan from the Regional Fund for the Development of Industry for the purchase of raw materials and components. Also, part of the funds for reconstruction, modernization and launch of sewing production were provided on preferential terms by VTB Bank. Work has been done at the company to restore the production complex and equip it with modern equipment. Commissioning of the project will create 400 new jobs. These are technologists, cutters, logisticians, seamstresses, designers and administrative staff. In order to attract young people and graduates of higher education institutions and universities, the company has organized a training and production complex, which allows to acquire skills to work on machines with program control without leaving production. A new production facility for long-distance semi-trailers was opened in Tatarstan. The investment project involves the organization of production of 3 types of long-distance semi-trailers: curtain, flatbed and container. The plant has a design capacity of 2,100 units per year. The plan is to increase production to 3,000 per year in the future. The localization level of the new production is planned to be 75%. The company will create 250 new high-productivity jobs. The total investment amounted to 745 million rubles, of which 500 million went to equip production and 245 million to working capital. A 5-year contract has already been signed for the supply of 9,000 semi-trailers. There are orders from abroad, Belarus and Kazakhstan. In the Kaliningrad region, a factory for the production of solar panels was opened in the Cherniakovsk Industrial Park. The production complex allows growing ingots and producing wafers of monocrystalline silicon for solar cells with a total capacity of up to 1.3 gigawatts per year. The company was designed and built from scratch in 2 years. A total of 30 billion rubles of private investment has been invested in the project. Russian solar cell production technology has the greatest potential to reduce the cost of generated electricity compared to other silicon technologies, including the high-efficiency segment. The Tyumen plant opened production of new polymer pipes for the oil industry. Production capacity of the shop, 600 kilometers per year. The main areas of application of the plant's products are oil and gas transportation, emulsions, maintenance of in-situ pressure. Polyplastic Group invested more than 600 MLN in the new production facility. Rubles. 20 jobs were created. The essence of the technology is that all layers in the pipe are connected to each other, which allows to create a monolithic structure and achieve high strength. OK Engineering opened a new shop in the Orenburg region for the production of import substituting metal components for meat processing equipment. Previously, 90% of the Russian market for such parts was occupied by European companies. Investments in the creation of new production exceeded 161 million rubles, of which 128 million rubles were provided by the Federal Industrial Development Fund (FID) in the form of a loan under the Component Parts Program. The company has set up production of 4 types of components. Components. Drum separators are used for separating meat from connecting sets, tissues and bones, casings, screws of syringe machines for filling sausage casings with minced meat, slides clippers for clamping sausages and forming tools of packaging equipment for packing products with film under vacuum. The Orenburg company's components are 35% cheaper than foreign analogs with comparable quality. Some of the products the company has refined, improving the characteristics compared to analogs. Thus, the clipper caliper has increased wear resistance and structural strength. A patent was obtained for a painful model. Raw materials are used, mainly from Russian suppliers. Localization is 90%. In Mordovia, a new production shop of Verstakov company was opened in Krasnoslobodisk. Products manufactured in the new workshop, automated mobile vertical warehouses. These products have practically no analogs and are very much in demand. The niche was freed up after foreign manufacturers left the Russian market. All software, design, development of our engineers from Saransk and Moscow. About 50 new jobs were created at the expense of the new shop. A new production building was opened at the Ural Optical and Mechanical Plant. Ural OMZ is a modern high-tech enterprise for the development and production of optoelectric systems for various purposes. The Ural Optical and Mechanical Plant is one of the oldest industrial enterprises in Russia. The company's history dates back to 1850. Ivanovo plant opened a new shop for production of grapple equipment. It is the largest enterprise in Russia designing and manufacturing attachments for road construction and mining machinery. It is also a supplier of attachments and special equipment of its own production to the CIS countries, South and North America, Africa, Asia and Europe. In January, the construction of a new building with a full cycle of grapple equipment production was completed, which allowed the company to double the production of rope and mechanical grapples, as well as to reduce the production time. This type of grapple is installed on domestic and foreign masters. Excavator models and are used for unloading, loading, scrap, oversized and bulk cargo. Yamal's oilfield service companies expanded production. There are about 30 oilfield service companies operating in November. 3 of them have recently expanded production by starting up new shops. Oilfield service enterprises, despite the sanctions, are not only successfully operating and developing, but also producing more and more unique and technological products. Naftogaz has started operating a shop where drill pipes and tools are inspected and repaired. Its launch allowed the company to save time and money, as previously it had to send tools to Ugra for repair. In order to realize this project, a new workshop was created, equipment was purchased, 36 additional jobs were created, and soon there will be another 50 jobs. The company trains professionals as well. In our own training center. Now let's turn to economics. Russia may overtake Japan in terms of the size of its economy in the near future. Not only bloggers, experts and various economists, but also representatives of the Russian authorities are already talking about it. The Russian economy may overtake Japan's in the World Bank's ranking of the world's largest economies based on PPP purchasing power. This was stated by the Minister of Economic Development of the country, Maxim Reshetnikov. According to him, the gap does not look that big, and if the difference in growth rates continues, we can talk about outperformance in the medium term. We have Japan's economy growing less than 1%. We expect growth above 2%, the official explained. Currently, in the ranking of countries by GDP size and PPP terms, China ranks first, followed by the US, India, Japan and then Russia. But, for example, blogger Ganbi believes that we can catch up with Japan by the end of 2024. Once upon a time in the distant Soviet times, Japan's level of development seemed something unimaginable. Soviet director Tarkovsky even went to shoot the movie Surrealist in Tokyo in 1972, showing the future of the planet hundreds of years from now. Now he might as well have been filming present-day Moscow, where there are already more skyscraper interchanges than in present-day Tokyo. There is a chance to overtake the economy of Japan even in this 2024 year after all. In the past 2023, the Russian economy grew faster than the economies of Germany and Japan, even faster than the world average. This year 2024 will see growth of 4 to 5%, and Germany with another minus due to recession, and Japan's economy will be left behind. By the way, Japan's GDP overtook that of the Soviet Union in 1988. Now only Russia alone is overtaking Japan. Without all the Soviet republics combined, Russia is developing unusually fast. If we take the 17 economies that have passed the $2 trillion mark for 2022, Russia finds itself in second place among the world's largest economies in terms of GDP growth after Putin's arrival. Also, the World Bank has updated its projections of GDP estimates for the 2023-2024 PPFS. This 2024, they predict Russia will overtake Japan to become the 4th largest country in the world. So we'll probably overtake it in time. I think that with the new territories, we can easily make up the missing 90 billion. And so the West's plans to destroy Russia began to change. If in 2022 the West was going to rip our economy to shreds, now it expects the Russian economy to suffer because of rapid growth.